Good morning. Hello and welcome to the morning routine on a Saturday. So it might actually be called the weekend workout.
It is.
Oof.
The weekend workout. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And today we'll get started with a nice light warm up. We'll play, we'll crawl, and we'll hopefully go upside down by the end. Don't worry, if you don't want to go upside down, there's options for you too.
We'll start with those basics, including our breathing and our wrists, work through some core strategies for strength, suppleness, and play. And then, as Lauren has said, we'll try out those handstands, a couple kick-up variations today, and more opportunities to play by the end. Take your time, get to the floor on all fours to start, and that's where we'll do a little bit of our breathing. First, as a weird thing and a little bit of a surprise to Lauren, can you breathe with the palm of your hand? What the heck do you mean? I mean,
Not really.
could you keep your fingertips heavy on the floor and cup or tent the hand? Then press the palm into the floor. And for a couple repetitions in a row, whether it's off the floor like I'm doing right now, or on the floor, press into the floor, exciting the hand. There you go, Lauren, I see that now. So again, I have cupped hands and then press. Cup away, press.
So when I cup, my first knuckles come off, or my callus line comes off.
But the fingers stay. And my right hand dominant is a little bit easier for that one than it is, say, on the left. But build those tension strategies into the floor. From here, just push away, shake it out. I'm just going to do a quarter turn with those hands now. Have the fingertips facing the side. Fingertips long and wide down first, then those first knuckles, then the whole hand, including the palm. From here, just take a big breath into the belly and exhale. And then repeat one more time in the chest and exhale. Last time to the belly, 4 seconds in. Pressing into the floor and exhaling. And then into the chest again. Breath in. And exhale. Personalize this position for a couple more moments as we slide east and west or left, right. Press through the right to travel left. And press to the left to travel the opposite direction. Same thing, return to center. Push into the floor. Flick away. Shake out. Take those hands. Turn them around, fingertips down first, open long and wide, then those first knuckles, then the whole hand. Same thing, 2 belly breaths in, 4 seconds. And exhale. Repeat to the chest, 4 seconds in. Exhale. And one more time to the belly. Exhale. Then grip the floor last time, breath into the chest. Exhale. And now slowly bend the elbows and peel those hands off, slowly, 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 gripping with the fingers, and then a little bit of that casual flick away and a wiggle out. From here, what's on the menu? Handstand Saturday. Shoulders. Great, so let's go back to those hands on all fours. Beginner progressions include keeping the knees on the floor. Hovering the knees is also possible. For the first round here, I'll keep my knees on the floor. My fingers are open, the elbows are straight, and at the shoulders, elevate or shrug towards the ears. Then press into the floor that you press away or grow away, and then pull those armpits down towards those hips, and finish with the shoulder blades in retraction. Alternate the direction, pull them down, press into the floor, protracting the shoulder, elevate or shrug, and retract. Let's do that one more time. Knees down for beginners or new exercisers, or elevate those knees for a little bit extra challenge. So with elevated knees, we'll shrug the shoulders up, we'll press into the floor, protraction, depression, pulling them down, retraction. Then final direction, bring them back down to those hips, press away, that's a tough one. Elevate, shrug, retract, press the floor away, and shake that out. Yeah, holy cow. Let's get into a little of a lunge here, get those hips going, and then we'll stand up, forward folds, and continue our wrist warm. In the lunge, we can hike a hip and pull a hip low. For a couple in a row, hike to press, up and down, Find center. We can also do our scoops posteriorly and then anteriorly, or where the belly button pushes forward. Posterior scoop, front of the hip comes to the back. Anterior tip, front spills forward. From here, stay tall, extend this butt cheek, slide this leg underneath, and resume your tall kneel. Other side, same thing. Hike a hip, pull our hip low, hike and pull low, last one or two. And then our posterior tip is scooping where the front of the hips go towards the back. And then the anterior tip is where the front spills forward. One or two more of each, tucking under. Maybe that elicits a little stretch on that back side. And then under. Last one, return underneath. Repeat, but out to the side. Let's level those hips, wiggle a leg out to the side, and same thing. Hip hike, level or depress, hike, level, depress, one more. And then the same thing, scoop forward, and then tip forward, forward, forward. Maybe that doesn't make sense.
Tuck under,
tip away, front, back, rock and roll. Find that level position, wiggle to the front, leg underneath, and then to the front. Alternate to the side. It doesn't need to be at 3 o'clock. Maybe somewhere at 1, 2, or 3 is great for you. Hip hike, pull low, hip hike, pull low. Get those hip sockets warmed up. Maybe Lauren has some squats coming up later. And then tuck under, and then tip forward, under posterior tip, anterior tip forward. Last one or two. Finish in a nice center position. Bring that leg in, slide underneath. Let's lay on our back, pass that torch to Lauren, and she'll take us through some of our favorite, at least my favorite, upper body and lower body rolls.
Rolls. Lying on our back. My favorite is to make our lower body work first and our upper body's just along for the ride. So let's do that. Then we'll go through our upper body, and then our second time through, we're going to alternate. All you need to know is you're lying on your back right now. Arms out into a T. Bring a knee in towards your chest. With a pointed foot, because we're in handstand class, slowly go up to a straight leg. Just hang out there for a second. Feel that nice hamstring wake up. Let the leg fall across your body now. As it falls, your arms will sweep overhead, and that leg and lower body is going to pull you onto your stomach. Once you're on your stomach, same leg bends, pointed foot. Reach it to the ceiling, extending your hip. It's going to reach across the room, rolling you over to your back again. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. Knee comes in, gently straightens. Ooh, pointed foot. Hang out for a second. Let the leg fall over. Arms are overhead. And roll you to your stomach. Same thing. Back to where you came from. Bend. Point foot. Reach with glute. Roll to your backside. Nice. We're going to do another set of 4 rolls, but this time our lower body is going to be sleeping and our upper body awake. Arms back to your T position. Legs are sleeping. Take an arm. Reach it up to the ceiling. From here, start reaching that arm across your body towards where the ceiling meets your wall. The shoulder will leave the floor. The head will leave the floor. And your core is going to roll you onto your stomach, arms overhead. Take that same arm. Reach it from underneath. Now look at it. Reach it up to the ceiling. And it's going to, with your core, roll you to your backside, arms overhead. Second arm. Point to ceiling. Reach it across your body. Head, shoulders pull you over. And then that arm out to 90. Look at it. Lift it. Look at the ceiling. Reach. Try not to press into the floor. Backside. We'll come back to that in a second. Until then.
Let's go back to that lunge. Come on up to your lunge position.
Oh.
Get that vacuum on
somebody
tonight
had
here.
it. Yeah.
Level out those
Blanket
hips.
in here.
And we're going to squeeze your back butt cheek, extending the hip forward. Again, that might bring up a little bit of an increased stretch on this part of our leg here. Squeeze your back butt cheek and continue to press that front foot down into the floor. Press down, and could you pull your whole body forward as to keep your shoulders, hips, and head in a nice straight line. Relax your butt cheek, hang out here for just a second. Last one, re-squeeze this butt cheek in the back, press down in the front, and pull yourself forward. Recruit that hamstring in the front to pull and extend the hip in the back. And relax. Now, without going anywhere, squeeze your back butt cheek and push your front leg forward. Does that feel energized? Let this front leg win. Push yourself backwards by pressing forwards. And look at Lauren's nice tall position there for 5 more seconds. We're going to squeeze this back butt cheek, extending forward and pulling in, and relax. Take that front leg, slide it underneath, and last time on the other side. Are your hips hiked? Are your shoulders off square? Shoulders and hips face forward, and hips as level as we can. From here, extend the back butt cheek, meaning squeeze and cramp the glutes, and press down on the front leg. Then pull yourself forward just a little bit at a time. Keep the glute tension or the hip extension power in the back. Stay where you are, but just relax the tension. Reintegrate the tension with a butt cheek squeeze in the back, a press down in the front, then that action to pull yourself forward, pulling in and extending forward. Relax. Now don't go anywhere, but re-squeeze the back butt, press that front leg forward, feel some tension, and then let that front leg push forward that you go back. Your back butt cheek is squeezy, squeezy. You're nice and tall. And then relax. Lauren
Squeezy,
either really
squeezy.
liked or really did not like
Squeezy,
squeezy,
squeezy.
squeezy. Bring that leg underneath. Hand it back to Lauren
Squeezy, squeezy.
to do either the combination roll or the front roll. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, do we have time for front roll after?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Lots of time. All right. So let's do combo roll. That means I got to keep this straight. We're going to go leg, arm, leg, arm, arm, leg, arm, leg.
Same.
Don't worry. I'll tell you.
Because I might need more room if that's the case. We might steamroll each other.
That's okay. Okay. Lying on your back. Start with your arms out to the side. Obviously, they end up in that overhead position. Let's go leg first. One leg comes in. Toe points. Knee straightens. Arms sweep overhead as that leg pulls you onto your stomach. Now we're on your stomach. Take that arm of that same side. Look at it. Reach it. Roll it to your back. All right. We're going to the second leg. Knee comes in, toe point. Straighten. Leg rolls you to your stomach. Once on your stomach, take that same arm leg. Reach it up to the ceiling. Look at it. It pulls you to your back. Now we have to do the pattern in reverse. So we're on the original side, but now it's our arm pulling us to our stomach. So our arm reaches towards the ceiling. It pulls across our body. Head, shoulders lift. Abs engage to roll you to your stomach. Now that same leg bends. Reaches to the sky. Starts rolling you to your backside arms. Great. We're back to an arm again. So second arm, point to ceiling. Reach it to sky and across your body. Roll to stomach. Now take that leg, bend it, reach it, roll it to your backside. And we should be even. Even.
I love those reset rolls. Really do. Really, really do. Let's go into those lunge hips just one more time. And then we'll finish off our sets on the floor with another set of rolls. So set to the front in your lunge stance level, hips tucked under, check all those cues, and then wiggle out towards the side. Here again, where are those hips? Keep them underneath those shoulders, squared forward. Extend the back butt cheek with a squeeze. Press down on that leg lateral out to the side. And again, pull the heel towards the knee, pulling your whole body that one direction, to the left in my case. Relax. Reset. Extend the butt cheek with a cramp. Press down. And again, try to challenge that dorsiflexion of the knee over the toe, keeping the heel heavy. Relax. In this position, create that isometric. So press hard away from the body here, forward through the back leg, and let this leg win, that you travel the opposite direction. And when you're this position stacked up, we're going to work for 5 more seconds of squeezing this butt forward and pressing through the bent leg. relax some tension. Return to the front, slide underneath, and repeat to the other side. Hips level. This is feeling more groovy as we do a couple more sets of these for me personally. Modify if you need. The Captain Morgan's position with a foot on a stool or a chair is also a nice modification if you need. From here, open towards the side, hips and shoulders squared forward. Extend the hip with a cramp, press down on the side leg, and pull the heel towards the knee underneath the hip, contributing to a little bit of a shift. And then relax. Reintegrate that tension with a cramp or squeeze here. Press down, pull yourself across the room. Breathe into that for an extra second. Heels heavy throughout, and then relax. Now create the isometric, meaning cramp or squeeze this back butt cheek, press this leg that way, and then let it win that you're pushing the side of the bent leg, going the opposite way, keeping this hip extended, growing tall for 4 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, relax that tension, bring it to the front, and then slide under. Let's get into our down dog plank position. 3 points, pull and push on the floor, square hips, pointed toes. Lauren cues it beautifully. Let's go.
From our high plank position, we have our hands underneath our shoulders, our toes tucked, and our hips lift. Let's stay here for a couple seconds. We're going to add on and do 3 of these. So from this plank position, squeeze your butt, brace your core, hold. 3, 2. Now gently bend your knees, push your hips back, tilt your tail to the ceiling, stay. Now maybe try to straighten your knees. Hang out and breathe. Your tail is still long. You're still breathing. Now start pulling the floor, so you're pulling your hands towards your feet. You can gently bend your knees if you want. Your hips are going to drop through, back to your high plank. Hold. This time in your high plank, could you shift your shoulders forward more over top of your wrists or your fingers for 4, 3, 2. Try not to bend our knees this time. Tailbone tilts long. Push back to a regular down dog. Breathe. Stay in this position, or take one leg, press it on the floor away from you, flicking the floor away. Leg reaches long behind you. Straight knee, hips square to the floor. 3, 2, bring that leg back underneath to your down dog position. Other side. Point flick. Reach the leg long. Square hips. Straight knee. Put it back down. Pull yourself back through one more time. Plank hold. Shift your shoulders over top of your hands if you can for 4, 3, 2. We're going to make this one dynamic. As we press back, flick the floor away. One leg lifts. Tripod, square to the floor. So I lied. There's one more to be even. Pull yourself through to plank. Hold for 3, 2. Other leg flicks, points away. Square up. And then pull through to plank. Pause for a second. And then come down with control.
Ooh.
Woo.
Build that wrist endurance, right? The forearms staying straight at the elbows and the wrists staying nice and supple after a movement like that. For now, take some time off the wrists. Play with our rolls one more time. Beginner progressions for the roll include setting up your hands in a wide or a Y shape. From here, take a single hand across the chest. Bend the elbow with the hand connected to the floor. Take a peek through the window in the back, looking to connect the shoulder to the floor. Press back up to that wide stance with the hands out front. Repeat to the other side. Hand across chest. Casual sniff of the armpit looking through the window, looking to connect the shoulder towards the floor. Press to tall. Maintain that progression, or join me on this one with the palm turned up at the hip to the side. Take a look through. Same thing. Connect that shoulder to the floor. Press. Wide stance out front. Repeat other side. My left hand is turned up, palm at my hip. Bending my right elbow, I'll look through the window. Take a breath. Feeling easier the more I do those as well. Hopefully that's the same for you. And for the last couple, let's add a little bit of a fun roll to that if you want. The fun roll includes the hand out to the side, a little bit of our chin tuck, using those legs to drive us through, and returning towards a position like our sit. Challenge yourself a little bit. Regress if you need. Here I am again with a hand across chest and just taking little rotations and rolls here. Next progression is that hand out to the side. And then the next progression is Lauren's fun roll right there. I'm gonna do that one more time to keep things even as well. So my hands are turned up at the hip. I connect my shoulder. I use those legs to drive myself through. And then we're in our sit. I know Lauren is just like, hey, I love all this stuff, but I'm not ready yet to do my handstands. I want to do some hollow holds.
Wow.
So one more time on the floor. Let's get on our backside. Hollow holds for that core strength. And we'll get up and start to play with our handstand.
By the way, last week, if you were here last week, I was so sore on Sunday, my abs. So we're gonna do those same cues again.
That's at the end. Watch out.
Oh no, it was my high abs. It was from this. Lie on the back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. This is where it came from. Arms out to the side. Think about your low back right now. It should be neutral, meaning it's not jammed into the floor, but you also couldn't drive a transport truck under it, arched in such a way. So find that place. Now keep that same tension on the floor, which is not much, but lift your head and shoulders off the floor and hold for 8, 7, breathe, 4, 3, 2, and then soft down. All right, we're gonna progress on for that. If that was enough, do the same thing again. That neutral place in your low back spine. Ready? Head, shoulders lift, core lifted. Then, if you'd want, one or both legs come up off the floor so your knees are up over your hips. Let's just stay here for this round. We'll get to do it again. 5 more seconds. Point your toes. You're in handstand class. 4, 3, 2, gently relax. We'll flip to our stomach, give that side a break as we do a quick hollow body hold. On your stomach, arms are extended overhead. You should be looking at the floor underneath you. I'm gonna look forward a bit. Right now, legs are out behind you, tight together, toes pointed. Gently tuck under. So if I came over to you, I could put my hand now under your belly button. Press your arms into the floor as if you're gonna push yourself up into a handstand and hold for 10 seconds. Breathe. If I came through and lifted your feet up, whoop, right to that handstand. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, squeeze your butt, and gently relax. Press up off the floor. One more time to the backside. If that progression before was enough, do the same thing. We're gonna add on by extending our legs out away from us and our arms up overhead. But start always the same. Feet, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, low back neutral. Lift ribs, head, chest, whatever you want to call it. From here, let's right away extend our arms overhead. Then we'll lift our knees up, pointed toes. Either stay or straighten one leg and pull it back to center. And straighten the other leg and pull it back to center. Added bonus, straighten both. Whatever you're doing, hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, legs tight together. 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, back to center. And relax. You're welcome.
That was a sneaky count.
You're welcome tomorrow.
No rules. Let's get up. Stand up. Shake it out. Karate up. Kip up. Single leg up. Have a sip. A little coffee, a little water. How are you feeling this morning? So far, we've done a nice little warm up. Now it's time to play.
Great. I love playtime.
Today, in our play session, we're going to kick up. Kick-ups are going to be done in 3 different ways. First, we'll start with our tripod kick-up. In our tripod kick-up, assimilate in a position similar to that dog, down dog. Choose a leg. That's my left. Shoulders over top wrists. And look for a little air time.
Air time.
As allowed, straighten out the back leg. Look for a little more air time. And then down.
Don't be a banana.
Lauren's the best at that, so we should just pass that torch back to her. As Lauren is doing those movements here, join me in a squat or follow along right away with Lauren. We'll work on this I go, you go rep schemes. Follow along Lauren, and then join her in the squat, or start with me down in that squat. Okay, go.
Tripod kick-ups. Am I talking or you?
Yeah, you're talking yourself through. You're the champ.
Hands on the floor. I like to always press my shoulders over top of my hands before I go. Looking at a spot on the floor. Staggering my stance. Little kick up, reach for noon. Soft landing. I'm going to actually scissor. I didn't scissor. I'm going to scissor my legs to alternate which leg I take off of. I'm getting a little bit better at the consistency between the two of them.
Because you're practicing
Because I'm practicing. One more time, you said.
Practice.
Sadly, it's the only way to get better at things.
In the back, I was in my sumo stance, or my slightly wider stance squat, pulling myself low, shifting some weight, and just doing some hula hips there as well. So personalize that squat stance, and we'll get into the tripod kick up here.
I'm going to come to the fern to do my squats. So if you're in that tripod, we're hanging out in our squat here. If you're in that tripod with Ian, using those hands to grip, stacking the weight, shoulders over top, and you might feel like you're really far forward. That's okay. Tell your mind it's okay. Get used to it. Remember to breathe and to keep that hollow body position right from step one. So what we just warmed up, keep it as you're kicking up into your kick-ups. I'm going to stand up now. Up.
And I like sets of 5 or 6 repetitions, something that's just nice and light that you could do over again. As usual, the first set of those makes my head go, so take your time in between sets. Working on the tripod kick up, Lauren will now work on her step in entry.
Step in entry.
Joining me back again in that squat. Nice and high to start, low as you need. Step it in, Lauren.
All right, with my step in entry, staggered stance, reaching up to the ceiling. Notice I might reach like this, but then before I go connect abs.
Connect those abs.
Connect abs. I'm going to alternate with my scissors as well, because that'll give me a chance to alternate my kickoff leg. I'm a little clumpy. This isn't my preferred entry, but we must practice all entries in order
Practice that variation,
to handstand.
the balance, the shift of weight.
I also like coming out of it really like I'm in the gymnast
Is that
world.
Simone right over here?
Yeah.
Like, holy.
So really own it.
Ali Black. Let's keep it Canadian and say Ali.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, really get
And I'm
that.
sorry, Ali, if you're watching. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to compare your
Please.
level of gymnastics to what we're doing here. But again, inspiration is everywhere.
But it is an invite, you know. If you're
Yeah,
in Guelph.
Ali, come on down.
yeah.
Come on down. So again, Lauren has said that the step in is not her favorite or preferred. It is mine. So I hope that I can replicate with Lauren's level of success.
I'm gonna hang out a little bit lower this time.
Elevate those shoulders. Start with the shrug and those open hands. Take your step into the handstand. Press yourself out and present like Lauren. And repeat.
I don't know, the man present is a little more narrower, isn't it?
I don't even know.
It's actually one arm. Oh,
Figgy. Figgy.
Oh, poor girl.
Watch your surroundings, including your fiddly fig in the back.
She's very sensitive.
That takes a beating here.
We'll have to apologize later.
I have 2 more.
Pointing your toes right from the start, but then to land, pressing the floor away to get to tall. Point the toes, and then press away. Nice.
There we go. Team Ian, we may have had it easy in those squats now that I see Lauren way down low in the campfire. Let's join her down low as she replicates her least favorite, perhaps even also the least performed version of the handstand, which is the tuck. Super fun. I like doing this against the wall. Check it out. Nice variations. Butts are heavy. Just saying. Come on down. Join us in that squat. Let's watch Lauren tuck.
So for this,
The setup is the same.
Okay.
Yep. The setup is the same as per the tripod. Extending those wrists, shoulders over top. Beautiful tuck, Lauren. Lauren likes talking with her oranges and her limes that she juices in her armpits. And right now, she's firmly holding The same thing between her hip flexor and her abs. Making sure not to extend the legs. Definitely not easy, but nice compression, Lauren. You should finish on that one. That's the best ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why it was the best?
Why?
It was really hard to breathe in the tuck. Because I really committed to the jump.
Yeah.
You really got to commit to get your butt over top of your shoulders further than your mind probably wants you to.
Yeah. The wall's helpful for that too. Gives you a little bit of a safety net there. Okay. That's, again, hard acts to follow here today, Lauren. Let's try it.
Sometimes I get the upside down sneeze. So before you even start, oh, come on down here. Before you even start in that jumping into your tuck, place your hands on the floor in a nice place. Both of us have light tiptoes on the floor and our butts extended. Then we kind of drop and pop with the knees to hip hop your butt over your head. As you can hear in my voice, these are like mini donkey kicks. So they're pretty invigorating for the old heart cardio. Nice. And with Ian, like he talked about earlier, keeping those limes. See, he dropped his limes.
Oh, I'm trying though.
So we're talking about having limes here and keeping them, it's very hard to demonstrate, keeping them tight.
One more set of dealer's choice or team captain Lauren's choice here. Which one are you going to put them through, Lauren?
Well, I think they could be able to choose their own.
Do your own.
I'm going to choose my favorite, which is a tripod.
Nice. Let's squat it up again down here.
What are my rules though, Ian?
No rules. Just 5 or 6 high quality reps.
But just kick ups? Like if I end up upside down, do I have to come down?
It's up to you, Lauren.
Okay. Just kick ups, I guess.
Campfire squats. We can try to get as flexed and as low as we can here.
Sometimes I just don't want to come down.
Beautiful. When you're upside down the way Lauren is there and things are clicking, keep it, right? Keep clicking. What are you doing though that's helping yourself there? Make those cues of maybe it's the rib hip tuck, the excessive toe point, or that nice grip to the floor. What is helping you be there? Make that connection and do it for the next time. There you go. Okay.
What's your choice?
My step in.
Step in.
Step in. Performance enhancing tips. Tucking in. Making sure you got nice spatial arrangements between you and the fiddle leaf. And then again, about 5 reps or 6. Step it in. That scissor. Press the floor away, return. Shrug to start.
Have those abs braced. And if you're doing, no matter which one you're doing, maybe other than the tuck, you're pointing those toes up to noon on the clock. So right above you. Trying not to over kick to 1 or under kick to 11, but to reach towards that noon. And if you do over or under kick, trying to use those hands, in which way would you push yourself? Breathing.
Nice.
Whew.
Shaking that out. Take a little break off our handstands and let's play with other versions of our squats. And we'll come back and have a little more play with the handstands. How are your wrists? Use this opportunity to say, yeah, I can do some more. Or if you're at your safe limit, join us for the squats and then pack it in and join us another day. Starting with your feet in that first position.
Feng Shui.
Parallel position, excuse me, for the first. Go knees over toes. Stand up tall. Do the same thing. Then slide a single leg out the front so that the kneecaps match. Now in this position, you can see how there's a straight line from the floor to your hip, 45-degree angle or so. Can you connect that upper body on that same line? As you're leaning back, you're keeping your sternum, or your rib cage pulling down in the front. Press off the back leg to tall. Repeat one more time from the same position. Toe ball, heel in the back leg bends. We're upright to start. Beautiful, Lauren, that's great though. Upright to start, and then keep the sternum pulling down on the ribs to hips.
Oops.
And lean back. And that's a lot of work right here, feeling that nice strong line. Press through the back, return to the front and under. Same thing other side. Knees over toes, to the front. Then we're leaning back, but the rib cage again is going to the front. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing, shoot, Ian, that's your same leg. So I'm going to stand up. You're going to stay where you are. I'm going to switch my position. So stand back up to nice and tall. The front leg is stiff or straight. The back knee will bend. Then leaning towards back by pulling the rib cage down into the front. Hold for time. Push off the back. Return tall. Bring that under. And then shake. Using any kick-up of your choice, can we try to hang upside down for 5 seconds in the center of the room?
Yes.
You ready, Lauren?
I think so.
5-second holds. Let's go in an I go, you go. It gives us a little bit more rest in between and just a little bit more safety for our space requirements here. 5 seconds or so, a modest, approachable number that you could try to do a couple sets in a row. The setup is the same. The toe point's intact.
1 second.
Okay, be quiet, be quiet.
Well, you can talk. I
Okay.
just need to do it again.
The setup is the same. The toe point imperative here for that nice line pulling up to the ceiling.
5.
That's my 5-second
Right.
count. So I'm going to go 5 seconds for myself as well.
5.
Nice and control. 5, 4.
Legs together. Nice.
And normally it takes me 3 to 5 seconds to really find that line to get strong from. Do you feel you could do that again, Lauren?
Yes, sure.
Let's join in if you feel you can, or just take more rest. We'll have a couple more sets as we finish.
Same timing.
Same time, about 5 seconds. Consistency, consistency. So on the wall, we were building strength for 20 to 30 seconds. Overbuild your tasks on the wall or in your high planks positions to build resilience and presentation skills in your handstand in the center. I'm going to try to use
I
that
believe
other...
the men do this, by the way.
The one arm?
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see Kyle Schufelt doing that one.
He's the vault guy.
Floor.
Oh. Nice. 3, 2. Good.
Gold medalist, I think, all the
Was-
way back to
he-
Greece, Kyle Schufelt.
That wasn't the guy who had controversy with the vault and he really should have won. No.
That's not hitting any
Anyway,
marks.
we'll Wikipedia that
Let's
later.
take a break off those handstands for just a second and come back to that version of that squat lunge one last time. Knees over toes, extend the single leg, stand tall. Why do you like this position, Ian? Well, I think it's almost your walking stride. And if you were to take your pants down, that's about as stretchy as they'd be. Just saying, check it out.
Is this front knee bent? Because mine has to be.
It will be right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So good call. So right now, it's kind of like that lunge where the front knee is bent. As you press back, it straightens, the back knee bends, and we're in this squat with our upper body upright. Now pull that rib cage onto the hips and extend the hips, meaning pushing forward or up as you lean back. Hold for time, press that leg through the back. You might end up on the ball of foot. And repeat one last time to go from the ball to the heel with a straight leg in the front, bent knee in the back. Progressions of this include bringing the rib cage down and then tapping the leg out front, barely keeping it on the ground. Push off the back, return underneath. And do it the opposite side. Ian, that's a cue for myself. Go knees over toes. I believe that's right leg forward now. And step through. Toe ball heel in the back, the front leg gets straight, the back leg bends. Then, rib cage to hips. As we lean back, we're extending those hips forward. Nice progressions for our sissy squat, for those who are interested in that too. And then press through to tall. Repeat one last time. Toe ball heel in the back, extended leg in the front, hips forward, ribs down, and hold. 3, 2, press off, and return together. A little bit of a wiggle, and as our final drill for today, how long are you interested in doing your handstand? Can we have that minute of craziness drill here where we'll go for about a full minute on the clock? And again, progressions to this exercise includes tucking in your shirt for performance, as Lauren is saying here.
We'll have our unitards.
For a minute, maybe your wrists say no thank you. Please respect that. Or maybe for a minute, you just work on your elephant crawl. 1 full minute, front, back, side to side. Practice your kick-ups.
Wall stands.
Or practice your wall stands. I'm going to try to do a full minute handstand in the middle of the room. Years and years of practice.
If it's
Still
quiet,
haven't
we're
hit
still
it.
here. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Okay. Ready to go in about 10 seconds.
Where are
So
you
get
going?
your stance. Are we good here?
Which direction are you going?
I'm just going to go here.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, let's go. 1 minute. What do you have? Oh, darn it. That was 33 seconds. Oh.
Oh, that might be my best.
Oh.
Best ever.
Oh, I feel like that is not as good.
Keep going if you're going. We still have 10
If
more
you're
seconds.
going, go. I'm just going to finish off with one super tall repetition here. I did not like, there we go. I did not like that crunchy shape that I finished with. So even though it might not be the full thing, finish with a successful element of your skills, practicing strength and resilience.
So hard because when you have a good one, the whole time you're thinking like, this is so good, this is so good, this is so good.
I know. I was with you for about 30 seconds and then we fell over there.
Announcer jinx.
Thank you so much again for joining us here today at our, that's a little bit close, get used to these new angles. So thank you very much for joining us today here at our practice. We'll read that on the screen. I can't see it, it's a little far away.
Handstand workout.
But thank you so much for our handstand
Thank you.
workout. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great day. We'll see you again soon. Bars and bells.
Stay strong. Train soon. Take care.
Goodbye.
AE? Hi, AE.
I mean, her name comes up.
Okay.